Right. So after we saw the video, so what are the conclusions? What are the conclusions that we can make? Okay, so the first conclusion, so these are the tips for a good presentation or how you can deliver a good public speaking. Okay, so the first tips is to speak louder, okay, and facing the audience. So if you can see in the video, okay, the Ranjit looks down and try to read everything on the paper. Okay, so you shouldn't do that. Okay, so you have to speak louder and you have to face the audience in order for you to feel comfortable. Okay, secondly, do not read from the slides or paper. Okay, so what happened is that from the experience, the students like to read everything from the slides, whatever the sentences on the slides, so they will read it word by word. So you can't do that. You cannot do that. So just try to put important points on the slides. Okay, just try to put important points on the slide, and during the presentation, you can elaborate from the important points. Okay, and most importantly, you have to make eye contact with the audience and use body gestures. Okay, show if you are telling me that you are happy to be here, show that you are happy. Okay, if you told the audience that you are angry at the moment, okay, so show that you are angry, right? So that is what it meant by using body gestures. Okay, smile more. Okay, it's very important for you to smile because when you smile, it will cool you down. If you feel nervous, okay, smile can cool you down, and then it will make you feel more relaxed. Okay, it's very important for you to feel relaxed during the presentation, and by smiling you can do so, and at the same time by smiling you can get positive energy. So during the presentation, you don't want any disturbance. Okay, you want to focus on your presentation, and you need to have a positive energy. Don't get any other matters outside the presentation to distract you. So if you're having problems at the workplace, or having problems with your housemate, with your lecturers, okay, don't let it shows during the presentation. Okay, connect to the audience, connect with the audience. Okay, by connecting with the audience, it means that how can you grab the attention of the audience? So that's why Ranjit used his personal experience. He was in this depression, he was stressed out, and how he overcome the depression, the stress. Okay, and by doing so, Ranjit is able to attract the attentions from the audience. So it's a good way, right? Okay, how to start a speech presentation pitch. This is one important aspect when you want to deliver a product presentation, how you begin your speech, how you begin your presentation. Okay, we are going to watch another video. Okay, so in this case, it's very important for you to get the audience attention, and the first few lines of your presentation is very, very important. Okay. So let's just watch this video as well.
RM200 untung.
Alhamdulillah.
Mana
So kat sini saya tunjuk. RM200. Saya dah close dah position.
Oh, wow. I'm so nervous. Gosh, these lights are so bright. Is this mic on? Is there even a mic?
Opening a speech is so stressful. There's nothing worse than walking on stage and not knowing what to say. Or worse, saying something super awkward.
Can you see my hands shaking? Imagine you naked, imagine you naked, imagine you naked, imagine you naked. Gotta see clearly. Hello, Chicago. Oh, we're in Houston. Hello, Houston.
In this video, I'm going to give you the best and worst speech openers for your next presentation, pitch, speech, or toast. Let's start with the worst ways to open. I hear these speaking cardinal sins all the time. Please don't open your speech by never start with anything technical.
Gosh, these lights are so bright. Is this mic on? Is there even a mic?
Friends, do a tech check or show up a little early. If you call attention to something not working, that's all your audience will think about. Never mention your nervousness.
Do I look as nervous as I feel? Wow, there are so many people here. So I should start by saying that I am not a great public speaker, so this should be short.
Many people think it's vulnerable or honest to start with how nervous they are, but actually for your audience, it's distracting. Why? The moment you mention your nerves, you make your audience nervous, and they will begin looking for all the signs of your nervousness. It becomes a giant, nerve-wracking wave that you start from stage. Never give a half-hearted welcome.
Thanks for having me. Well, it's so nice to be here. Thanks for that intro.
Do not start with a boring nicety. Or worse, saying something nice, but not sounding like you mean it. I can't tell you how many times I have seen people get on stage and say, "I'm so happy to be here," but look so incredibly unhappy as they say it. Fake, fake, fake. The only exception to this is if you can turn it into a joke, like the amazing Ken Robinson. He opened his talk with a boring nicety, but then made it funny. Let's watch.
Good morning. How are you? It's been great, hasn't it? I've been blown away by the whole thing. In fact, I'm leaving.
Okay, now that we've talked about the worst ways to start a speech, let's talk about the best. Speech opener idea number 1, use stories. The absolute best way to start a presentation is with a story. There is nothing better to capture the imagination and attention of an audience. Let's watch how David Brooks hooks you in right at the start with his story.
So we all have bad seasons in life, and I had one in 2013. My marriage had just ended, and I was humiliated by that failed commitment.
Whew, hooks you in right away. He gets right to the heart of it. Stories help your audience feel right there with you. Here's some fill in the blanks you can use to start your next speech with a story.
Once upon a time, I'm here for a reason, and it's an interesting story. The best thing that ever happened to me was...
Speech opener idea number 2, your big idea. I love when speakers share their big idea right up front. They don't make you wait for it. They dive right in. Let's watch how Stacy Smith starts off her talk with her big idea framed in an interesting way.
Today, I want to tell you about a pressing social issue. Now, it's not nuclear arms, it's not immigration, and it's not malaria. I'm here to talk about movies.
Here's some fill in the blanks you can use to open your speech.
You're here for a reason. It's... The single most important thing I want to share with you today is... Today, I want to share a big idea.
Speech opener number 3, a quirky one-liner. No one loves humor more than me, and I can promise you that your audience will as well. If you dare, try to open your speech with something intriguing, very intriguing. Humor or curiosity is a great way to start a speech on a high. And please get creative. Think of an interesting fact about you, your audience, or your topic that can lead you into your content. For example, when I gave my TED Talk in London, I opened with my quirky one-liner.
Hello, my name is Vanessa, and I am a recovering awkward person.
You can also use an interesting fact or even a question to the audience. Try some of these fill in the blanks.
Did you know? Do you ever worry about? Have you ever wondered?
For example, I do tons of corporate workshops and trainings, and here are some interesting factoids I start with that hook the audience in. Did you know that it takes less than a second to make a first impression? Did you know that your nonverbal communication is 12.5 times more powerful than your words? Did you know that we are lied to 200 times a day? Got you hooked, right? I would love to speak to your group anytime. Call me. Okay, you are ready for your next speech. Your next question might be, how do I end my speech? I have 20 top closing lines from history's greatest speakers. Go to scienceofpeople.com/closers to grab your free download. Do you have powerful presentation skills?
Okay, so this is the video how to start a speech. So how you start a speech is very important. How you start your pitching, how you start your product presentation is the important part of the presentation itself. So you want to get the audience to get attracted to you straight away. So the opening of the speech is very, very important. So we have watched that video. So let us summarize what is the contents of the video. Okay, so this from the video, I could summarize the worst presentation opener. So this is the don'ts. Okay, so never start with anything technical. Okay, show up early, and in order for you to do so, you have to show up early at the venue to check the sound system, lighting, etc. You don't want any technical problem to happen when you want to begin your presentation, because that will piss off the audience, also pisses off you. Okay. So it's very important for you to come early, check the room, check the lighting, check the sound system, whether it's okay or not. Okay, check the connection to the projector. Okay, so that will save a lot of time. So if possible, if you have to use the laptop from the organizer, make sure you bring the pen drive, or you have already uploaded the PowerPoint slides into his or her laptop. You don't want any problems to happen, because whenever your name is being called up, all you want to do is do the presentation and finish it with flying colors. Okay, so you don't want a technical problem to disrupt the beginning of your presentation, because that might affect the whole presentation as well. Okay, never mention your nervousness. So don't tell the audience that you are very nervous today, because the audience will feel even more nervous based on the video. So they will try to find your mistakes to see whether you are really nervous or not. Okay, never give a half-hearted welcome. So this one is very important. It's very important to be enthusiastic. Okay, enthusiasm maksudnya you are excited to deliver the presentation. Okay, if you are telling the audience that you are happy, show that you are happy to be here and to show the to give the presentation. Right. So this is the worst presentation opener. So do not practice this three presentation opener. Okay, so good presentation opener, as mentioned for Ranjit as well, and from the previous video as well. Okay, you have to use story, personal experience. Okay, if you are using your own story, your own personal experience to begin a presentation, okay, that will hook the audience immediately, because you want to get the audience, okay, the potential buyer, the potential customer to get attracted to you, to get attached emotionally to your presentation. So you can do so by using personal experience. I think a lot of us has our own personal experience, but make sure these personal experience are related to the topics, to the product that you are going to present. Make sure it's relevant. Jangan cakap benda yang tak ada kaitan. Okay. So your big idea. So if you watch the video closely, it is helpful as well if you can straight away tell what is the idea, what is your idea at the beginning of the presentation. Don't wait until the last minute. So the first 2 minutes, the first 1 or 2 minutes is very important. Make sure you spend your time for the first 1 and 2 minutes to dive into your idea, diving into your product. Don't do irrelevant, unnecessary introduction. Okay, more than 2 minutes. Okay, after 2 minutes, the audience will get bored. Okay, you don't want that to happen. So it's very important to propose or to give your big idea immediately during the first 2 minutes of the presentation. Okay, a quirky one-liner. So you can start your presentation. Normally, it is in terms of humor or something intriguing or think a fact about yourself. Okay, for example, that speaker tell him, okay, I am, for example, Shaharil. Okay, I am a recovering awkward person. Okay, I'm a recovering awkward person. So that recovering awkward person it can be a humor. Okay, it can be a fact about yourself as well, because the first important thing, you want to get your audience to get hooked to you, right? So these are the 3 tips that you can practice for a good presentation opener. Okay, so as mentioned, we have covered the presentation. So you need to acquire a good presentation skills, a good public speaking skills before you can perform product presentation. Product presentation is very specialized because you normally are not given a lot of time. Okay, 15 to 20 minutes. So it's very important for you to use the time given to really focus on the product, okay, that again to present. So again, to watch a video again. Okay, so let us watch a YouTube video again on product presentation. You should be able to see the difference between product presentation and presentation itself. Okay, right. So let us watch this video.
What does it take to succeed in content marketing? In 2021, 78% of successful brands.
So this video is on how to give a good product presentation.
How can you deliver a great product presentation? Let's find out. So for the last 15 years, right, I've trained thousands of people on the art of presenting and public speaking. And as you can imagine,
are you asking a question? Irina, are you raising your hand? Irina Damia? Okay. No response. So let us continue watching the video. Okay, you can interrupt me whenever you want to interrupt, so feel free to do so. If you have any questions, please switch on your microphone and just ask.
From all the companies that So for the last 15 years, right, I've trained thousands of people on the art of presenting and public speaking. And as you can imagine, from all the companies that myself and my team we've trained so far, many of them have also been product presentations, where you either introduce your product, you know, to the company, to the team, to the public, and in many cases, of course, especially to customers. So how can you do a better job? I want to share with you the top 3 tips how you can give better product presentations. Number 1, when you're presenting your product, you want to focus on the core benefits. As an example, if I were to introduce this microphone here to you and why you should care and be interested in this microphone, I have to point out the core benefits, right? This microphone has better sound than anything. So all of your recordings will sound phenomenal. And you know, another benefit that I really love about it, look at the gorgeous design. If you take videos for YouTube, this looks just gorgeous. This just looks phenomenal. Now, very important, and you just saw me do it as well, when you talk about benefits, benefits are not features. You know, I could be talking about that this microphone has a certain recording system that I don't know about right now, or that it's silver, or etc. And don't get me wrong, features are important too. But in the end, you want to talk about core benefits. What is the benefit that your audience will get out of this product? What's the emotional benefit especially? Will it make them feel more special, unique, superior? You know, will it help them improve their relationships? What is the emotion? What is the exact benefit that they can get from your product? You got to get it across. You really got to get it across to your audience. And from my experience, most product presenters, they just don't do it. They talk about the facts, the figures, the details, the features. They never get to that emotional core benefit. So if you have your next product presentation, think first about what is the biggest benefit of our products. Number 2, have a live demonstration. Now, you saw me do it before already, but the very basic is you have to bring the product. They have to see the product. You have to show the product. They have to see at least what it looks like when you share those core benefits in your presentation. And then secondly, even more powerful, demonstrate the product. Demonstrate it in front of the whole audience. Now, this microphone, as an example, I could record in front of the whole audience. Or even better, I could compare it with 2-3 other microphones in the market and then let my audience decide which sound was actually better. And I could also let them look at the microphones. Which of these microphones actually looks better? So for you as well, think about how can you demonstrate the core benefits of your product to your audience? And by the way, an even more advanced tip, involve the audience in the demonstration. So not you're recording your voice with a microphone, you let an audience member record it so everybody can see it and everybody knows it's really real. Number 3, present with passion. Now, for any presentation, presenting with passion is very essential, but I would say in a product presentation is probably even more important. If your audience cannot feel your passion about your product, forget it. You might as well stop right away. If you don't believe in your product, how can they believe in it? That is impossible. That is not a possibility. Now, don't get me wrong. You don't want to go overboard. You don't want to be crazy passionate. So don't do that either. But have a good, high amount of passion that shows you like the product, you love the product, you care about the product, and you care what it can do for your audience, what the benefits are for your audience. But be passionate. And as a final bonus tip, if you give a lot of product presentations, I strongly recommend, just for practice and to get some ideas, watch TV home shopping channels. Home shopping channels often have amazing presenters who are very good showing the benefits of a product, delivering it very, very well with good level of passion to the audience. Just again, be sure some of these TV shopping guys, they're a little too passionate. So don't watch those. No, watch those that you feel you could connect with the most, that your audience also would be connecting with the most, and then learn a couple of tips from them. Learn a little bit about how to deliver your product better. Take some ideas that they've presented well and apply them and use them for your product presentation also. So comment below one time, what is your typical product presentation? What kind of challenges do you have when you're when you're presenting your product to your audience? And hey, which of these 3 tips are you going to use from now on? By the way, if you haven't done it yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Lots of great videos coming up in the future as well. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, a like also. And most importantly, I really look forward to seeing you for the next video.
You're gonna get caught with your pen.
That's the end of the presentation. Okay, let's go through my slides. Okay, so from the video, so how we can summarize the tips to come up with a good product presentation. So these are the tips. Okay, so state the core benefits of the product. Okay, so as mentioned by the speaker, I mean, he has seen lots of presentation, and during the product presentation, most of the presenter do not glorify the major benefit of their product. So it's very important for you to think of the core benefits of the product, think of the main benefit of the product, and glorify the benefit of the product. Glorify means that you speak enthusiastically, and then for that reason also you have to mention them repeatedly. So if you've seen my lecture, if you're my students before, I always mention something repeatedly, because I think if a concept or formula is very important, okay, I will mention it repeatedly so that you know it is very important. So when it comes to benefits, so when you mention it repeatedly, the audience, the potential buyer, the potential customer, the jury, if you're presenting your product at an exhibition, at competition, so the jury will get it. Okay, so it's very important for you to get them to know the core benefit of the product. Okay, bring and show the actual product. So this is very important because you are demonstrating a product. So you must have an actual physical product. Okay, what happened if you don't bring the actual physical product? So it is just an imagination. Okay, and who knows you are saying the truth. Okay, so it's very important to bring and show the actual product and do live demonstration. For example, in the video, the speaker is going to sell a microphone. So he brought the microphone during the presentation and involve the audience during the demonstration. So you want to prove that the microphone produces a good sound. Okay, how true is that? So if you watch closely again, so you can bring another 3 or 4 microphones on the market, and together with your own microphone, and you can compare their sound and let the audience or the potential clients, potential customer, potential buyer make their own decision. Okay. Present with passion. Okay, present with passion is very important as well. Everything is important here. Okay, because that's why I only put important points for you to know, so and for you to practice. Okay, present with passion. So this is even more important during product presentation, because you want to be proud of your product, and for that reason, you have to believe in your product. Okay, so you have to present with passion. Okay, so you can see the difference, I believe, from now, whether someone is really proud of the product or not. Okay, I think it, as a person itself, as a human nature, you can quickly see whether the person is proud of their product or not. So it's common sense. And the bonus tip is watch TV home shopping channels. Okay, now we have Go Shop, we have Wow Shop. I think each TV operator has their own TV home shopping channels. They have their own shopping channels, so you can watch how the presenter, how the broadcaster selling the product, to get some inspiration. Okay, to get some ideas on product presentation. Okay, however, as mentioned again during the video, when you watch TV home shopping channels, most of the presenter, they macam over sikit kan. They tend to go overboard. Okay, tend to be too much passionate, over passionate. So you don't want to go overboard. Okay, tak boleh over. Okay. make it decent. Okay, make it decent so that that won't bore your audience. Okay, so let us watch a video again. One from the local television and another one is from overseas. Okay, so this is the video on home shopping channel. Okay, go shop, how the presenter, how does the broadcasters promote the product that they have to sell. Because I believe when you promoting a product, you have to do it really well, because the greater the number of products that you sell, the greater the commission that we get. So that is a part of your job as well. Okay, so let us watch the first video. I think this is a long video, so I will cut short. Okay, because if you watch the previous video, you have to explain the core benefits. So the first one, the second one, you have to bring the product and do live demonstration. Okay, and the third one is be very passionate about the product that you are going to present. Okay, so let us watch the first video.
Tak sekata, tak ada masalah. Periuk ni boleh masak dengan sekatanya. Betul, setuju sangat-sangat.
They go shop, eh? Go shop, tend to get over. It's good if you can get a really good something. A product that is very close to you, that you are more interested in, okay, where you can learn something. For in this video, I think it gets overboard. Okay, so you didn't get overboard during the product presentation. But it contains all the tips, okay, from the speaker. Explain. You have to explain the core benefits of the product. Okay, and you have to perform live demonstration, bring the product, okay, let the audience feel it and do live demonstration, engage with the audience and present with passion. So the third one, some of the presenters tend to get overboard. So you can't follow that, okay? Unless you have to in TV, so you can get overboard, okay? But in front of the potential customer buyer, so make the presentation a little bit decent, tone down a little bit your presentation, don't get too overwhelmed with the presentation.
Raya ni kita basmi semua kuman, jangan nanti ada yang tertinggal.
Do treatments really help to brighten your skin? New Vaseline Glutathione with 10 times the power of vitamin C combines Glutathione and Hyaluron. Flawless Bright reduces dark spots. Dewy Radiance gives you bright and dewy skin. Try new Vaseline Glutathione.
Kita bawakan white ceramic dekat bahagian dalam dia. Tahan calak, kemudian tahan lekat, kemudian best kali Cik tahu boleh pakai.
So these are the first 2 minutes the presenter is telling about the core benefits of this non-stick cookware.
Awak Cik tanya ni. Kesian lah orang kampung kami beli belanga tu punya mahal, lama-lama jadi hitam sekadar dia keluar habis. Yang tu tak bagus. Hak ni madam bagi untuk happy village hari ni, madam bawa dari Jerman. Kalau Cik tahu tengok dekat sini, dia punya teknologi kita bawakan white ceramic dekat bahagian dalam dia. Tahan calak, kemudian tahan lekat, kemudian best kali Cik tahu boleh pakai atas dapur industri. Tapi kan kalau barang-barang daripada Jerman ni dengan kualiti yang hebat ni mesti mahal. Orang kampung kami tak mampu. Okey macam ni. Madam bagi macam ni, beli 3, okey, percuma 3, harga kat luar 1,000. Tapi Cik tahu, tapi hari ni sebab kami sayang Cik tahu juga, kita bagi hargalah untuk wakil rakyat. RM359 semua ni RM359. Ya Allah, kami tak sabar nak cakap dengan orang kampung kami ni. Beli periuk belanga ni.
Okay, so this presenter is telling about the benefits of this non-stick cookware. So there is the first 2 or 3 minutes.
RM359 saja. Tapi masa kita live ni saja.
Betul.
Ya, nak kongsi
Okay,
benda
so this is the live demonstration.
ramai. Kena bagi tahu dekat orang kampung ni.
Betul.
Okay, you have to see whether it is really
Boleh
non-stick.
guna untuk dapur induction.
Dapur induksi, kemudian orang cakap bukan setakat tu saja. Kita boleh guna dapur induksi, dapur gas biasa.
Betul.
Seronok, betul, seronok. So, pelbagai gunalah dapur dia.
Betul, pelbagai guna.
Tu
Dan
je.
yang penting dia jimat haba.
Betul.
Kan, jimat masa.
Tu
Dan
betul.
dia
Okay, and most importantly, you can see that the presenters are very passionate. Okay, while performing the
Biasanya orang
presentation.
kita ni, orang Malaysia ataupun orang Asia ni, dia orang cakap tak terlepas kalau kita nak masuk.
Okay, so I don't think it's possible for us to watch until the end because the video is almost 1 hour.
dalam macam ni.
Betul. Betul tu dia.
Yeah,
Yang ini
this
masak apa
is
ni?
stop
Syah,
this
masak apa?
YouTube video.
Okey, yang ni saya masak masak lemak.
And let us watch the second video.
Dengan tisu sahaja.
Kadang-kadang kita nak cepat.
Okay. So let us watch the second video.
Okey, sebut saja masak lemak. Kebiasaannya orang kita ni, orang Malaysia ataupun orang
Let me click again.
Plug it back in and it would jumpstart your car 83
Okay,
times
so
again.
this is,
All right, hey, if you have to jumpstart your car 83 times, you might want to get a new battery. But just saying, but you can there's no more thinking about it.
it's not possible for us to watch
My fingers don't
the whole
work
video
fast enough
because
on my
it's
phone.
a 1 hour video.
Oh my gosh.
I have to get it before it sells out.
So in this channel, so the presenter is trying to sell the electronic products, electronic devices.
Hey, welcome on in. I am so glad that we just ran that. I hope you saw it. HSN offers a full 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't love anything, and that includes everything in my electronics hour. I'm your host, Shannon Fox, and I've got guaranteed simple electronics that are actually going to be problem solvers for you in your home. So if you're a little bit electronics shy, please stick with us because we know you need to use those great solutions like this. If you shy away from jumper cables, you know every car has to have them. How about a 1.5-pound Mophie, the #1 name in power station that you can use on a daily basis to charge all of your gadgets and gizmos. There you go. But also it will literally jumpstart your car, and it can jumpstart your car, your truck, your SUV. It can jumpstart your car, get this, 83 times on one charge. Then you could just plug it back in and it would jumpstart your car 83 times again. All right, hey, if you have to jumpstart your car 83 times, you might want to get a new battery, but just saying, but you can recharge it. It even has, I've never seen this before. Did you see that? It has a literal outlet. You can plug in a lamp, a fan, anything. So great for emergencies, but you're also going to be able to power up things like your HP laptop. Did you see? It was easy to hide back here because it is so sleek and slim and lightweight. It's got a 10-hour battery life. Did you hear that? 10-hour battery life. Probably more powerful than your current desktop. It's a solid state drive. I don't know if this one's turned on. Let's see if it is. Because if it is, oh, it's not. Oh, there it is. Look. It literally turns on in a flash, no waiting. This has got a great 256 gigs, 4 gigs of RAM. It is huge. And for no extra charge, you also get a smart friend that comes right along with it. So if you have any questions at all, that customer service is included. We also have on this model a very special accidental damage protection. So if you drop it, if the screen breaks, HP will take care of it for you, and that's no additional charge. Look at that. The retail price, $723. It's $449. And one of the reasons we shop electronics here at HSN is we split it up into 5 flexible payments, just $90. Oh, thanks, Dee. Hey, if we dropped it, it's got accidental damage protection, so it would be all fine. We'd get a new one in a flash. All right, this is... You're watching me on TV, right? You may be watching me on cable, and that's great. A lot of us have those streaming services, and you pay every month for that. But how about the TV channels that you miss? All your CBS, your NBC, your ABC, your high definition channels. You've got all of that TV in your house right now for free. You just have to have a way to access it. This is new to HSN. It's called One for All. One for All is new to HSN, but it's not new to TV. It's actually made by the largest TV accessory company out there. This is a sleek design. It actually it automatically finds the best signal. So you've got free TV coming into your house right now. You need to access it. I know it doesn't look like those ugly rabbit ears because it's not, but it will grab all of that, even up to 4K definition TV within a 50-mile radius. Most of us are within 50 miles of a tower that's sending out that signal. If you're not, we have some longer range. If you're way out in the boonies, we've got some longer range antennas here. But the price is incredible. For a 50-mile radius, to get it home for $40, and
let's proceed to the next slide. Okay. So we are moving on to part 2 of my presentation, where part 2 is on pitching. Okay, so again, we're going to watch a real-life video, okay, where the presenter is performing a pitching. Okay, so before that, let's go to the definition again. So I'm going to repeat this one again. So pitching, it means to persuade, okay, to convince the potential customer, potential buyer, the audience, the jury, okay, to buy your product. Okay, so when you're presenting the product to a jury, you want them to give you a gold medal, okay, or silver medal or bronze medal. So you want to get a medal. So that's the reason you want to convince and persuade them to give whatever you wanted. Okay, so we're going to watch a video where a 15 years old, YO is years old, pitched his touch-up cup. Okay, so touch-up cup with his father to get a funding. Okay, so what is touch-up cup? So just a quick introduction. Touch-up cup is a cup, okay, where you can place a small amount of paint. Okay, selalunya kita nak, if you have kids at home, okay, scribble on the wall and everything, you want to do a quick touch-up. So you don't need a big amount of paint. So what happened is that as soon as you open the paint dalam botol besar tu, okay, it's going to expire if you don't use it within a certain period of time. Okay, however, okay, this particular 15 years old a boy, okay, with his dad claimed that for their touch-up cup, okay, you can store the paint, okay, inside the cup, which could last the paint for 10 years. Okay, that's what they claim. Okay, so they want to pitch their product to get a funding. Okay, so let us watch this video. Here because I'm at someone's house now and we are sharing the connection, so I believe that's the reason. But hopefully I I will share the recording later for you to rewatch the video. Okay, and that should solve the problem, right? So this is very inspiring, where a 15-year-old, how you should have seen how he pitched their product, he and his father, the product is called Touch Up Cup. So, and they landed the investors funding. So the investors offer to fund their Touch Up Cup. Okay, so that is very inspiring for a 15-year-old boy. So he managed to deliver that kind of pitching. So that is another level for me, right? So let us move on to the pitching. Don't be nervous. Pitch like a pro. Okay, don't be nervous. Pitch like a pro. Okay, so sometimes you have to fake your nervousness. Okay, fake it till you make it. Have you heard that phrase before? So if you're nervous, just fake it. Make it as if you're not nervous. Make it as if you are okay. But deep inside, only you know that how nervous you are. Okay, it's common for you to have the sweaty palm, the heart racing, technical mishap. What if that happened? What if that happened? What if this happened? What would happen? Tough audience, expected questions, so that will intimidate you. Okay, that is these are the impending factors on how you might fail to in your pitching. Okay, how you might not be able to perform well in your pitching. Okay, so this is common. So these are common. Okay, but the idea is that don't let these negative things get to you. Okay, during the, I think before you start your pitching, it's okay. So that's why you have to prepare a lot. Do a lot of preparation, practice makes perfect. Okay, write some script, plan your presentation. I believe you have done them all. Okay, you wouldn't have these negative feelings because you are well prepared. Okay, you have these negative feelings most of the time because you are not well prepared. So that's why you have lots of negative feelings that will fail you to produce a good pitching. Okay, and secondly, remember PowerPoint is just a tool. Okay, PowerPoint is just a tool to help you deliver your story, to help you deliver your experience, to help you deliver the product itself. Okay, to provide the visual aids for the audience. You buat slide cantik is good. However, what I'm trying to say is not the presentation itself. Okay, PowerPoint is not the presentation itself. Okay, so what matters is you. Okay, you have to deliver a good presentation. Okay, so the slides should not be used. Okay, the slides should not be used as a security blanket for the speaker. Okay, the slides, this one is, you have a correction here. The slide should not be used as a security blanket for the speaker. Okay, what matters is you yourself, so you have to deliver a good presentation. Okay, so the PowerPoint is only your assistant. Okay, the PowerPoint is only your assistant. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Okay, so these are the tips. So these are the practice that you can hold on to. Okay, to deliver a good pitching. Okay, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Okay, by Benjamin Franklin. Okay, I think I've mentioned this again and again and again. Make sure you're well prepared, 100%. Okay, make sure you are well prepared 100% or 110% or 120%. It cannot be less than 100%. Okay, these are the preparation checklists that you can follow. Okay, who are you going to speak to? You are going to speak to kids. Okay, to kids, to the primary students, okay, you might have to tone down a little bit on your presentation. Do not use something too technical. Okay, you might have to switch your technical term to something else more that is easier to understand. Okay, because you are going to deliver the presentation to primary students. Okay, if you're going to deliver to the presentation to a professional, make sure you know the correct technical terms, because when you're delivering the talk to pitching, okay, to a professional, okay, they should have known the technical term, okay, so you can use them whatever you like. Okay, what are the aspects requiring from your presentation? What are the key points you want to get across? Okay, so these are very important. If you have seen the pitching from a 15-year-old boy just now, they went straight into the point. Okay, what are the costs? What are the problem statements? Okay, of their product. Okay, what are the problems that are faced by parents, okay, and how so the problem is the storage of pen. Okay, whenever you have kids, so the problem is your kids, okay, scribble on the walls. Okay, so you need to touch up, you need to repaint again, but you don't need a greater amount of paint. You only need a little. So there's a problem. So how you can solve the problem? So they come up with a touch-up cup, okay, and the process and everything. So they provide it during the pitching as well. Okay, so these are the important points that you want to make sure that you get across, okay, to the investor, okay, so that the investor, without a doubt, okay, will invest on your product. Okay, so make sure again you check the time given. Okay, if you have given 15 minutes to do your pitching, make sure you stay within 15 minutes. Okay, so because why? If you prepare correctly, you will be able to deliver a strong message. You never get a second chance to make the first impression. So as mentioned again repeatedly, the first 2 minutes is very important. Okay, so the audience, obviously, when they attend your talk, okay, they want to get attached to you. Okay, so for that reason, use the first 1 or 2 minutes wisely. Okay, so you don't want to miss this opportunity, because when the 1 or 2 minutes is gone, you are still not get straight to the point, the audience will get bored and you might miss out on that first impression. Okay, you need a powerful opening. You can see that it is almost similar. Okay, for product presentation and pitching, it's almost similar. You need a powerful opening. Okay, so there are few tips that you can apply. So you can use your own experience. You can use a quirky line. So we have covered that before. So you can refer to the previous slide. Okay, so because powerful opening is very important, because it portrays your credibility and demonstrate your passion towards the product or the topic that you're going to deliver the presentation, or the topics we're going to talk about. Okay, the secret of a good sermon. Okay, the secret of a good sermon. Sermon ni macam khutbah, khutbah. Sebab ni Christian punya perkataan, dia panggil sermon. Okay, is to have a good beginning and a good ending, and to have the two as close together as possible. So the first 2 minutes is your opening. It's very important. Okay, and you have to make sure you have a good closing as well, and of the speech, good closing of the pitching, good closing of the product presentation, and you want to make sure they are as close together as possible. What it's trying to say is that don't drag your presentation for too long. Okay, don't drag your presentation for too long, because it will bore the potential buyer, potential customer, okay, the audience and jury. Okay, create a clearly defined, concise and straight to the point presentation. Okay, that because the attention is the greatest at the opening, okay, and the closing. So when they I'm sure it happens to you as well when you are only when you are attending a presentation, the first 2 minutes is very important. After that you okay that's fine, but then again at the end of the day only then you tend to at the closing of the presentation only then you will pay more attention again. Okay, so that's why you have to make sure it is as close as possible, or what it's trying to say is that don't drag your presentation for too long. If you have 20 minutes for your presentation, make sure you finish within 15 to 17 minutes, because you want to make sure the audience are wanting more from you, okay, rather than to feel that they have had more than enough of you. Okay. So it's number 3. Number 4, my job is to talk, your job is to listen. If you finish first, please let me know. So you don't want the audience to stop listening. Okay, you don't want the audience to stop listening. Okay, so let the speaker know, let the presenter know if you have stopped listening. So that's what it means by this. Okay, so it's very important for you to include, okay, a couple of points or opportunities to interact with the audience. So that's why I'm telling you again, you have to engage with the audience. Okay, come up with something very common, and then you can engage with the audience by asking questions. Build a rapport with them. Okay, maintain eye contact. So by eye contact, if you can see from the second sentence, try looking at individuals, okay, rather than scanning the whole group. Okay, if you want to do eye contact, please make sure the eye contact is not longer than 3 minutes. Okay, so or else, okay, the audience can sue you for sexual harassment. Okay, so you want that to happen. So maintain eye contact, but no longer than 3 minutes. Okay, while retaining the eye contact, smile. Okay, so there's common sense. Okay, if you are using the visual aid, you have a slide presentation, you have a paper, we have a script on the podium. Okay, don't look down. Okay, face the audience. Or if you have presentation slides, don't turn your back. Okay, on your audience, please always face your audience. Don't turn your back on the audience. Okay, number 5, tell me the facts and I learn. Tell me the truth and I'll believe. Okay, but tell me a story and it will live in my heart forever. So again, it's very important for you to begin your presentation with a story, if not at the beginning. So along the way during your presentation, okay, come up with a story, come up with an experience that can captivate your audience. Okay, something, if possible, that the audience won't forget. Okay, but having said that as well, okay, having said that, okay, you cannot, the story that you tell must be relevant. Okay, the story that you tell must be relevant to what you're going to say. Make sure it's relevant, okay, because it will make everything even more memorable. Okay, practice makes perfect. Okay, so practice makes perfect. Again, I think you know this already. Please practice your presentation. So before your presentation, you might have spent hours, okay, preparing the slides, but you don't prepare for the presentation. Don't prepare, I mean, you don't practice the presentation. Please take some time to practice your presentation. So later on, you're going to have IDP showcase, IDP roadshow. I think we're still using the online evaluation method. So later on, I think for next semester, when we have started to have a face-to-face or physical meetings, we can conduct a physical face-to-face evaluation. So in that case, you have to practice your line. Okay, you can practice the tips as well. So the first 2 minutes is very important. Go straight to the point, deliver with passion, describe the core benefits, make live demonstration. I think you should have known the tips to deliver a good product presentation and pitching based on what you have covered earlier on. you practice makes perfect, so you have to give some thought on how you want to deliver your presentation. I think most of us like to memorize it. I think we want to make everything simple. Kalau buat card ni, buat card, baca skrip ni penat so you kena tulis skrip and then kena print hafal. So most of us, I think my way as well, try to get the key point in your mind. So that's why I always remember the key point, the main concept, and from there, you can elaborate them. Okay, so it's also suggested that you memorize the first and last 3 minutes of your talk. Because why? Why it is suggested that you have to memorize the first 3 minutes of your talk? Okay, this is very simple. Because you want to captivate the audience, okay, because you want to leave a long-lasting first impression. So that's why the first two minutes is very important, and again, make sure you close it well as well. Okay, there's no point of coming out with a good opening line, okay, but rather to have a bad closing. So both must be good. Okay, if you are speaking from a quote, okay, want to quote someone. Okay, for example, this one panjang, tell me the facts and I learn, tell me the truth and I'll believe, but tell me a story and it will live in my heart forever. Ni panjang, mungkin you tak boleh nak hafal. Okay, what you can do is you can write this saying, okay, on a piece of paper, or this one we call it proverb. Okay, all Native American proverbs. So you can write down this proverb on a piece of paper so that you can read it exactly what it is. Okay, because proverb, you cannot miss even one word. You must make sure it's exactly the same proverb. Okay, so that's why you write on a piece of paper so you can read the proverb when you need to read it. Okay, so you don't want to miss any single line, any single word. Right, so for example, I want to read this quote to you verbatim. Verbatim means that word by word, okay, to ensure that I don't alter the original intent. So then you can take your piece of paper or cue card, you can read out the proverb, for example. Okay, I think that's it for the pitching. So we are almost there, okay, because I've covered the product presentation and pitching. Okay, and literally we are finished. Okay, literally we are finished now. I want to share with you my previous video. So this is the YouTube video of my previous IDP and EDP lecture, okay, on effective writing and writing IDP report in a book chapter format. Okay, I think you are still practicing it. I think the IDP report you have to write later are still in a book chapter format. So you can watch this video because I've shared with you everything that you need to know to come up with a good book chapter. Okay, a good IDP report in a book chapter format. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, thank you for listening. If you have any question, you can ask me now. If you have any question, you can ask me now. Okay, so I believe you keep quiet. Okay, if you say silence, that means no question. So I shall end my presentation now. Okay, I've had no question. Okay, good. Right, so before you, okay, thank you very much for your time and patience as usual. Okay, and before you leave, make sure you fill out the attendance. Okay, let me get the attendance. I'm going to share with you the attendance.